Hey everyone, I'm Alex Spooky. Today we're going to be doing part of this video in my car today. Sorry about that, but I kind of had to run my girlfriend to one of her appointments. And sorry for the noise if you hear anything in the background. My daughter is with me. And I just want to say I hope you'll have a wonderful week. And I have found a really crazy story that we're going to be reacting to, which we're going to get in 1 minute. I hope you all have a good Pride Month. I know I will. My birthday's this month. I'm also going to celebrate Pride, so I'm really excited about that. Having a special cake done and everything, which I may show you all that. I'll be posting that on my Instagram and probably on my TikTok if you all want to see that. But I hope you all have had a wonderful week. You're going to have a wonderful week. I've had a wonderful weekend. And I hope you all have enjoyed some of my other videos. I know I have got a few new subscribers. So I just wanted to say thank you all for subscribing to my channel. You all are awesome. And if you want to follow me in my other social medias, they will be linked down below. Along with the original video to this, they'll also be linked down below if you want to see that. And if you all want to suggest any of these videos that you see that you want me to react to, just send them to my Instagram, which will also be linked down below. And that's pretty much it. So let's just jump on into this crazy video that I've seen. It's about some girl and her stepbrother. I don't know. I just seen it and I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what it is or why people make these. They're kind of interesting. They're very entertaining. But let's jump right on to the video.
He has never really had a girlfriend from the time that I have known him. Some people thought he was gay. I just thought he was waiting for the right girl, aka me. Or he is saving himself for marriage, virgin stepbrother. We had a lot of fun together and would play video games and watch movies. We always stayed up late and would sneak out to go hang out with our friends. We did most of this stuff together, and our friends were really surprised by how well we got along. His dad worked for a company that would have paid trips, so him and my mom were out of town most of the time, which did not really bother me because I like having that alone time with him. That alone time made me realize how madly deep in love with him I was.
I'll say it's not like she hasn't got a weird thing for her brother. I don't know, it just sounds really weird. All convenient, parents are gone all the time. Mainly just you and them. It made her think about how much she really wants to be with him. She thinks that he's never been with a girl just because he wants to be with her. She sounds like a different type of little crazy. I don't know, but that just sounds also like very, very suspicious to me. And why would you leave kids alone that long? Like, they're just gone all the time. Like, I understand some parents have to work and stuff, but of course, that's just the way it works out. But it just seems crazy to me. He's saving it for me. Why? Just why? And why does it all these characters seem the same to me, most of these? I don't know, but this one looks like it has better animation than most of the ones that I've seen anyways, like just way better, like they look more like anime type of cartoons or whatever. But this story is already packing on a lot and it's just the first few minutes of it. Let's see what happens the rest of it.
One night while our parents were out for a date night, I heard him watching a movie in his room. I ran to my closet and picked out a tight-fitting dress. I wanted to show off my curves, while not wearing anything underneath. I slowly walked to his room and cracked the door. The lights were on and he motioned for me to come in. I closed the door behind me and sat on the bed with him. I asked him what movie he was watching to make conversation, but I got lost in his eyes and did not hear a word he said. I moved closer to him until we were softly touching, and we sat and talked while the movie was playing in the background. I was waiting for him to make a move. I was scared, so of course it was not going to be me that does it. When we got done with our conversation, he gave me a tight hug and said he was going to bed. I stood up a little disappointed that nothing happened, but I told him goodnight and went in my room. I remember a couple of other times stuff like this happened. Another night we had the house to ourselves watching a movie in the living room. We were under a big blanket I brought from my room. I rested my head on his shoulder to initiate cuddling. He put his arm around me. I looked up at him and he looked down at me and smiled, and I was sure he was going to kiss me, but once again nothing happened. One other time during the summer...
It's really crazy and it's bad. I'm supposed to go get it cut in a little bit. And basically this Saturday. Go have it cut. It looks like crap. I'm looking at diet. I just look awful today. Just try to look over that. But anyways, don't you really not really wear much under a dress anyways? But like, she keeps trying to force herself on him. Like, if he don't like you, he don't like you. I'm sorry if I'm like looking off. There's like people everywhere and they're like staring at me weird. But anyways, like, dude, girl, why do you keep like pushing yourself onto him? Maybe he don't like you, and this is kind of weird. Just a little bit. I mean, they're step siblings, but still, it's just a little bit weird. Look like Beavis and Butthead. Like, look like Beavis and Butthead. Anyways, I have a huge ass forehead. Anyways, so I don't know. This girl's just really weird. Just really weird. I don't know. I went through her doctors. Why? Just why? You're trying a little too much. You're trying just a little too much. Comment down below what you all think about this. Would you do this? Or have you ever been in a situation like this? I don't know. But comment what you all think so far. I feel like this girl's trying just a little bit too hard, but you never know. I know everything it seems like he's just trying to be a normal sibling. And she's just like, keeps pushing it and pushing it. But why? And of course the parents are gone. They seem to always be gone. They're never home. Why? These kids need to be supervised. Oh well.
We went to the public pool. My mom dropped us off and said she was going to do errands, and that she would be back in a couple of hours. We walked through the door and went to a spot towards the back to put our stuff down. When I put my stuff down, I looked up and Brentley was in the middle of taking his shirt off. With the way the sun was hitting his skin, it was beautiful. I stared and was entranced. He looked over at me. I quickly looked down. I slowly took my dress off to show off my new swimsuit I bought just for this summer. Still looking down, I took my hair out of my bun and shook it like they do in the movies. I stood up straight and went over to him so we could go swim. We got to the edge of the pool and I looked at him to ask him something, and he pushed me in the pool. I went underwater, and when I came back up, Brentley was laughing and pointing. I looked down to my top floating in the water. I quickly grabbed it, held it to my body, and got out of the pool to run back to our stuff. I was almost in tears trying to tie it back on with a towel wrapped around me. I felt hands touch mine and grabbed the strings. After it was tied, I turned around to see Brentley standing there half smiling. He apologized, saying he did not know that was going to happen. He gave me a hug and asked if I wanted to go down the slide. I agreed, and as we started walking, he reached for my hand. I got butterflies, but for some reason it felt so right. We got to the slides, and thankfully there was not a line for either, so we were able to go down the slides at the same time. I beat him down by a second. He came down with a splash, and we laughed. We swam to the other side of the pool and started playing some pool games. We played Marco Polo, and he was it. When he caught me, he held me in his arms, and I just knew he was going to kiss me. Of course, however, my mom came at the wrong time to pick us up, so nothing happened. That was only a few weeks ago.
Parents show up after all this time. Just leave them. We don't need them. Ditch the kids. Bye. Hasta la vista. Don't care what you do. I'm just kidding. But like, really, now the mother shows up and they show us what she looks like. Now they have parents. Now they're there at that moment. Good parenting. Come in. Now I'm gonna come in at this moment. Comment down below if you knew that this was going to happen, or if you thought that they were going to kiss. Just let me know down below what you thought so far. Jesus. Like, why? Why is there nobody supervising them? Like, they're always alone, like, never together. Like, I understand when kids get to a certain age, it's like, yeah, you can kind of leave them alone, but, like, why? I mean, it seems kind of normal so far. They all seem okay, but you just know that it's starting to get more and more, and then few weeks later, and then he don't talk to you. Of course he don't talk to you, because he probably likes you, and there's probably a reason why. Because, like, you're going to have to tell the parents, you're going to have this whole entire thing. I mean, they are steps, so it's not as bad, and they just haven't been together that long, but still, it's a little odd. Like, he's probably avoiding her because he likes her or something, or whatever, and he knows it's weird, but I don't know. This is just one of those weird ones. I have never seen ones like this. This one just seems pretty, like, kind of bizarre to me. At the same time, it seems kind of, I don't know, a little predictable. I don't know. But this one's just a little more out there. Weird. All I gotta say is weird. Weird.
Not really interacted since then. Tonight it was late, and everyone was supposed to be asleep. I say supposed because our parents were asleep, but me and Brentley were not. I was on my laptop sitting on my bed. I was only wearing a t-shirt and underwear. I was listening to music when I heard a knock on my door. I got up and cracked the door. "Brentley?" I whispered, puzzled. I could not sleep, figured we could talk for a while like we used to. I grabbed my robe and let him in. We both sat crisscross across from each other on my bed. He was only in his boxers and nothing else. I was trying so hard not to look down. I could feel my face getting red and hot. He was just staring at me. "Are you okay?" I asked. He smiled and said somewhat excitedly, "Yes, I am great, to be honest. And since I'm being honest, it is because of you. Look, ever since I met you, I knew something was there. I never said or did anything because I did not think you felt the same way. But that day at the pool, I saw how hurt you were, and I felt horrible. But when I went over to help you, you seemed to immediately calm down, and that's when I knew if I was going to make a move, I needed to do it." He held my hands and was looking at them. "I have never been so close to someone as I am with you. I think I'm in love with you, Nora." My eyes went wide, and I opened my mouth to say something, but nothing would come out. Finally, he leaned in and kissed me. I grabbed his face and pulled him closer and kissed him harder. We pulled away, and I whispered, panting, "I love you too, Brentley." He kissed me again and wrapped his arms around me. "I cannot believe this is happening. I waited so long for this to happen, and finally." We started kissing harder and longer. I could feel one hand move from my back to my hair and gently grab it. Perfect setup. The love was there, the passion. Everything about this was perfect. Until we heard his dad knocking on the door asking for me to turn down the music and to go to bed. We stopped both hot and bothered, smiling at each other with the feeling that we almost got caught. He got up to go back to his room, and I asked him to sleep in here with me. He smiled and got under the covers with me. I smiled as I fell asleep cuddling the love of my life. The next morning when we woke up, it was like a dream. He gave me a kiss and called me baby. He got up and sneaked back to his room to get dressed. I got up and put on a bra and shorts and headed to the kitchen. Breakfast and coffee was made, which only happens when our parents are going on another work trip. We would have the house to ourselves again. We would not have to hide it anymore. But we also knew that eventually we would have to tell our parents. After they left, I wanted to pick up where we left off last night. I told Brentley to meet me in the shower with a sexy grin. He did not question it, thank God.
Whoa. I have nothing to say, I don't know what to say. Poor parents, at least I didn't walk in on them. They should have went in and checked on them instead of just going, "Go to bed," and walked away. My parents would have opened the door and been like, "Hey, you okay?" They would have checked on me. My parents have never been like, "Go to bed," and then walk away. They were always the type to walk into my room to see what in the hell I was doing and why I was up late. Like they're lucky. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Well, comment down below if your parents were the type to leave you alone or they always came and check on you. I'm sorry, my parents always came in, I don't know if I had a curfew and they would come and check on me or whatever, but, if I wasn't in bed, I'd be in trouble. But, man, they were close. And, of course, their parents are going to be gone. They're always gone. What kind of job do they have? It doesn't say. This is just me, or these animations mouths moving when they're not talking. It's kind of funny, but why? I don't know. They don't have a nanny, nothing. I mean, I know people can't afford that sometimes, but seriously. I've been like, what are you doing in here? What are you listening to? Anyway. Of course, they doing the dirty. They doing the dirty. Why? Just why? Man, this is gonna be awkward the next couple of days. I have a feeling.
I went upstairs and turned on the water. I got undressed and got in. A couple of minutes passed, and I heard the door open. Brentley got in and looked shy. I looked at him confused and asked him why. He said he was a virgin and did not know what to do. Of course, me being horny and still turned on from last night, I told him not to worry about it and to just follow my lead. I started kissing him and grabbing his face, holding him close. I told him to pace himself and wait for the bedroom. He chuckled and sighed. We got out and went to my bedroom. He finally did it. I kissed him one more time before getting off. I laid next to him, both of us panting. He looked at me, kissed me, and said we need to tell our parents. We produced a whole plan with a slideshow and reasons, pros and cons. We were prepared for their return. Once they came home, we told them we had something to tell them. I was nervous just being in the room with them. I took my stepbrother's virginity. We both took a deep breath and Brentley started it off. We told them that we loved each other and that we are now dating. They were both shocked and I think a little bit pissed. They did not say anything more, but be careful, and
Well,
that
that went
technically
a little far. Well, I guess at least their parents didn't like beat them and throw them out. Didn't like incite violence on them and throw them out. At least that went okay. Better than expected. Well planned. And at least it didn't do like shows and crap to their parents or something. That'd be a little weird. But yeah, I mean, they're not related. There's really not much they can do. And I feel like this one's kind of their fault for like leaving them alone. But if they like each other, they like each other. But still, it's just a little weird. But this one's probably one of the craziest ones I've watched so far. But anyways, and sorry for this. I'm kind of overhearing the abandoned house that we have. Anyways. So sorry for the background. It looks like crap. But anyways, I hope you all have a good rest of the week. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe so you can stay up to date as much as possible as you can on my latest videos. And you can also keep up to date with me on my other social medias that are linked down below. And the original video is also going to be linked down below if you would like to go check that out and watch it by yourself. And if you see any more like crazy videos you want to watch, like my animation or any of those, you can also send that to my Instagram, which is going to be linked down below. And if you're interested in watching cosplay or anything, I also have a TikTok that you can go watch too. And happy Pride Month, everybody, and hope to see you all soon.